The episode 4 begins with the sound of CN snoring loudly. He is asleep, lost in a dream, arguing fiercely with someone. He really is a strange kid by nature, always intense, even in his sleep. In contrast to him, JJ is sitting awake, looking genuinely happy. Her thoughts drift back to the time she spent with Kefir, the moment he confessed his love to her, and she confessed her love back to him. The memory fills her heart with joy, yet at the same time, she feels a quiet fear because of CN's unpredictable reactions while he sleeps. Her mind suddenly shifts to Kefir, and just then, as if summoned by her thoughts, her phone rings. It is him. Her face lights up instantly. She answers the call, and he reassures her, asking if she is okay. She tells him that she got scolded because she came home late. Half joking, half serious, Kefir suggests that they should tell everyone she is pregnant with his child, and just get married already. She laughs and thinks he's crazy, telling him to go to sleep, but Kefir doesn't let it go. He starts talking about how they will dream of each other in different places, how they will keep meeting in their dreams. He confesses his love again, this time saying he loves her to the very end and beyond. Overwhelmed, JJ whispers back that she loves him too. At that exact moment, CN suddenly wakes up and hears her words. Realizing she has someone she loves, he mutters something under his breath and immediately storms out, ready to fight whoever she was talking to just to find out who it is. Suddenly, Ars appears and shuts them both down, telling them to be quiet because everyone is trying to sleep. Later, JJ ends up arguing with CN again after she finds him wandering around. She forces him to go back to sleep. Despite everything, she lies down feeling incredibly happy because of Kefir's words, her heart full and light. The next day arrives, and they all head to class together. JJ is exhausted and keeps arguing with CN, blaming him for keeping her awake all night. Meanwhile, CN believes she was wide awake because she was in love. Their bickering continues, until suddenly, Yuri shows up with food. They instantly brighten up, acting like beggars who haven't eaten in days. JJA tries hard to avoid Kefir, unsure how to explain what happened. She keeps waiting for him to appear, but CN notices her behavior and tells her that Kefir won't be coming today because his father showed up at his house and they are currently dealing with serious problems. She quickly denies caring about him at all, pretending she is indifferent, but inside it is obvious. She is searching for him everywhere. She has grown unusually quiet, clearly missing Kefir. CN then reveals what happened the previous night, that JJ was talking to someone she loves. Before he can say more, a cat suddenly appears, and he runs after it. While chasing the cat, they steal its food, and JJ immediately runs after them to get it back. As the day goes on, CN falls asleep and dreams about the cat Eddie. At the same time, JJ keeps thinking about Kefir, worried because he hasn't come to school for days. She tries to reassure herself, but CN starts making strange meowing noises like a cat. She gets scared. He really is too strange. Her thoughts return once again to Kefir. Suddenly, her phone rings. It's Kefir. He tells her he misses her. She asks what is going on with him and why he hasn't told her anything. He reassures her, asking about her and what's happening in class. She admits that she misses him too and complains that he didn't even send a message or explain anything. She wants to understand the problem he is facing. Kefir finally tells her that these are family issues. She confronts him, saying that even family problems could make him disappear completely without even sending her a message. She keeps worrying about him, and secretly, Kefir enjoys how much she cares. He finds her concern incredibly sweet and admits to himself how much he loves that side of her. He wishes he could see her right now. She offers to send him a picture, but he shocks her with a teasing, shameless joke. He laughs it off, saying he's just joking. Still, she continues pressing him, wanting to know exactly what happened. This conversation takes Kefir back to 3 days earlier, the day his father arrived and destroyed everything. The servants tried to calm the situation, but Kefir rushed in, immediately checking on his 2 siblings, especially little Karen. He hugs them tightly, promising that everything will be okay. They are terrified because they don't want to go with their father after he returned to the country again. Kefir explains that he is close to the legal age and will fight for their custody. He just needs to get through his birthday first. He reassures them that they will stay together, no matter what. Still, Kefir feels completely lost. His siblings are his entire family, and he doesn't know how to protect them properly. He calls Ryder, the lawyer, wanting to discuss his father. His worst fear has come true, his father's return, something he always dreaded after his mother's death. He decides to prepare all the legal papers to secure custody of his siblings. When JJ learns about this, she is completely shocked. Another day passes. CN goes back to arguing with JJ, as usual, until suddenly some men arrive, along with Ella. They inform JJ that Kefir's family wants them to come over. CN is scared because Kefir would never normally do this. He immediately suspects it must be his father. Despite her fear, JJ decides to go. They all leave together. When they arrive, they find the entire class gathered at Kefir's house, completely confused about what is happening. The place feels tense and heavy as they wait. Then suddenly, Kefir's father appears, a terrifying, cruel man. He greets them coldly, noticing that everyone is present. It becomes clear immediately that he is not patient like before. He explains that he invited them to eat with his son's friends and welcomes them inside. Then another car arrives. It's Kefir, Yuri, and the others. They see everyone gathered together and hope that nothing bad is happening. They are worried and confused about why his father brought them all here. Still, they follow him inside. The atmosphere is unbearably awkward. Everyone enters the house, tension filling every corner. JJ feels uneasy and starts wandering upstairs, exploring the place. Meanwhile, Kefir gathers Yuri and his siblings, asking them to cooperate. He knows his father didn't bring them here without a plan. There is definitely another motive. They realize the truth. His father wants Karen. He had already kidnapped Karen once before to take custody away from Kefir. This time, he is trying again. JJ is terrified. Kefir tells her that if anything happens, she must take Karen and get him out of there. JJ will help them. He scares her with how serious this is, but he reassures her that her friends will protect her. He asks her to agree to anything, as long as she can get Karen out safely. She agrees. Kefir immediately leaves with his brother. Before going, he pulls JJ into a tight hug. He missed her deeply after being so busy lately. He promises to make it up to her and asks her to stay strong for him. He hugs her again, needing comfort because he truly loves her. He thanks her for standing by him during this difficult time. As she turns to leave, he stops her and kisses her quickly before letting her go. Later, the entire class is happily enjoying the huge amount of food laid out before them, laughing and eating together. But in the shadows, Kefir's father and his men arrive, and they sit together, surrounded on all sides by his men. His father speaks to Kefir, pretending to reassure him, saying that he still has responsibilities toward him and toward his siblings. Kefir curses him under his breath, holding himself back only because they are in his house. His father points out that everyone is gathered here together, then turns to Ella, confronting her about the fact that she has been around the family for a long time. Then his gaze shifts to JJ. He looks at her with curiosity and asks for her name. She tells him her name directly. He repeats it slowly, saying the name sounds familiar, and begins asking about her family, who her parents are. Kefir immediately steps in, trying to stop him, clearly uninterested in letting him dig further. But JJ answers calmly, telling him that her father's name is Jesfer Mariano and her mother's name is Jana Fernandez. That is when his expression changes. He remarks on how small the world is, explaining that her family holds shares in his telecommunications company. He even mentions that her mother's sister is named Gemma, and he knows about her well. He adds coldly that her family are distant relatives and casually insults her mother, saying she was never a good woman. By this point, Kefir is so furious that he slams his fist hard against the table, shattering the glass cup in his hand. Blood spills, but he doesn't care. He stands up and demands to know what his father really wants and why he is doing all of this. His father responds by pushing documents toward him, telling him to sign them, documents that would allow him to take Karen away unless Kefir hands over everything completely. When Kefir realizes that this money is supposed to be his mother's, his father denies it coldly, claiming that his mother never had any money of her own because she stole the company from him. This pushes Kefir beyond his limit. He stands directly in front of his father, shaking with rage. His father grows irritated, steps back, and orders his men to restrain Kefir by force. The situation explodes. Kefir fights back, and the students rush in, trying to pull them apart. In the chaos, JJ quickly takes Karen and tries to move him away. Instantly, guns are raised. The men threaten everyone at gunpoint and force them all outside. His father watches this unfold, confused and angry. He demands to know where his son Karen is and why things have escalated this far. He insists on being taken to him. He grabs JJ, believing she knows where Karen is. She denies it fiercely, cursing at him. He sneers, saying he knows her type well, accusing her of chasing his son's money and calling her foolish. Then he shouts orders at everyone, forcing them all to kneel. The men comply. When JJ refuses and tries to stand up, he strikes her violently. She collapses, unable to endure the pain, begging him to stop. He refuses. Every time she sees Kefir being beaten, she struggles again, causing everyone to clash once more, until the guns are raised again to stop them. He hits Kefir again and shoves the documents toward him, demanding his signature. Kefir refuses, but his father tries to force it anyway. JJ steps in, trying desperately to stop him. The others beg him not to do it, but she suddenly changes tactics, provoking him, speaking boldly, unafraid. She tells him directly that he would never kill a student. If he did, his reputation would be destroyed, and he would lose all his companies. Her words hit their mark. Instead of exploding, he smiles, almost amused. He orders his men to lower their weapons, saying he underestimated them. He says the lesson he says will be postponed until later. Then he leaves, allowing them all to go. The moment it's over, JJ can no longer hold herself together. She truly thought she was going to die. Everyone looks at her in awe, seeing her bravery, but Kefir suddenly snaps at her, shouting angrily. He tells her she confronted Dylan, a man who fears nothing, a professional killer. Karen comes over, worried, checking if she's okay. They decide to leave. Kefir warns her sharply never to do something like that again, to think before making reckless decisions. Yuri is clearly worried about her too, and tries to comfort JJ, knowing how terrified Kefir must have been for her. Time passes. She goes to eat with CN, and Kefir sends her messages, but she doesn't reply. She's still upset with him because of how he yelled at her. CN jokes, saying she must have another lover, and that the fight between her and Kefir is just a lover's quarrel. She denies it immediately. Eventually, she tells him what really happened, that she was ready to sacrifice her life. And all she got in return was him yelling at her. Kefir sends CN to tell her to come down, instead of talking through Angelo. She goes to him, annoyed, and he takes her candy as an excuse to make her stay. They walk together, tension thick between them. She admits she's upset because of what happened. He wants her to understand his side too. Each of them saw the situation differently. She acted because she wanted to save him, and he lashed out because he was terrified of losing her. She starts cursing at him, and he thinks she's fulfilled her part of their usual agreement, but she refuses to let it go. Finally, he gives in. He thanks her sincerely, admitting she was right, and that she saved his siblings. He also admits that what happened with his father was incredibly painful. This opens the door to his memories. He remembers his childhood, how his father constantly put him through brutal challenges, never allowing him to lose. He remembers fighting with Yuri all the time. He once believed his father was responsible for everything, especially when he first met Angelo. Angelo was just as wild as his father, but instead of cruelty, he taught him how to control his strength to protect the people he loved. He remembers how his father abused his mother when they were young, accusing her of stealing his money, hurting her without caring about the children at all. Their childhood was nothing but pain. Angelo stepped in, helping him become stronger so he could protect his mother. When they were taken away from her, she became pregnant with Karen, which brought them back together again. But nothing changed. His father kept fighting with his mother. One day, Kefir finally tried to defend her. She tried to stop him, but he attacked his father anyway, desperate to save her, unconcerned with anything else. His father tried to strip him of his inheritance. When Kefir was about to finish it, his mother intervened, hitting him and forcing him to run away, sacrificing herself. His father became even more brutal. He beat her until she collapsed. Kefir returned, helpless, trying to wake her, but she was already dead. He failed to protect her. He lived a truly tragic life, haunted by that failure. But now, he swears he will never allow his father to take his siblings from him. That is why he fights. That is why he won't back down. He was weak once, but not anymore. Hearing all of this, JJ breaks down in tears. She realizes how monstrous his father truly is, and how much Kefir endured. She thought her own life was hard, but his pain was far deeper. After his father remarried, he came back again to take everything from them. They decide to leave. Kefir tells her firmly that he doesn't want her risking her life again. He wants to protect the people he loves. Even though he's clearly hurting, he focuses on comforting her, trying to make her smile. He walks her home, taking care of her. She goes upstairs, and as he leaves, she keeps watching him. But when she enters the house, Ars yells at her for coming home late. She feels torn, realizing she's falling for Kefir, yet confused about how she can have feelings for both Yuri and Kefir. She knows she has to put an end to this before Angelo finds out. Ars tells her bluntly that it's obvious she loves Kefir, even though he believes Kefir is just using her to get revenge on him. He says the same sweet words Kefir tells her were once said to him too. He yells at her, insisting Kefir is manipulating her, not acting. His harsh words make her cry endlessly, breaking her heart. And now the question remains, is Kefir really playing with Jai to get revenge on ours, or does he truly love her? Tell us your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Bye-bye.